Yeah, what you just performed was a special rite known as the welcoming to officially receive the returning hunting party. And it seems that they were overjoyed that you joined in. I was watching from the entrance.
Yes, well, we've come here to, uh, Captain. Just take it.
Well, we have come here on behalf of the Starfinder Society to make contact with the indigenous life here on this planet, of which, you are one. We are very happy to make your acquaintance and be welcomed by your people into your wonderful society here.
Oh, like I said, we have much to learn from one another, I feel.
Ask about the city, Captain. The city. Ask about the city.
City?
Bishop is like trying to swat him like he would a fly. Yes, the city. We noticed from our ship, there is a great city in the distance, and it is domed in a force field type apparatus.
That is Arcaost, a shining beacon of civilization, one of the few left on this world, I've been told. It is also my home. I can take you there if you agree to escort me across the wastes.
That would be most promising, wouldn't it, Cotton?
I want to sense motive.
Oh yeah, she seems honestly curious and really wants to learn more about you.
Say, Captain, she's genuine. She's the real deal, man.
I believe the technical term for this is a road trip.
Yes.
You mean she's legit to quit?
She legit to quit. No, you don't want to quit on that. Can we get a recording of this music so Cotton can get out his little, what do you call it, communicator?
Play it on Starship.
And get a sample of it, and he's gonna play it up there in his room.
Sure.
Add it to his music collection.
Actually, Cotton, if you like this music that much, we can probably pump it through the entire intercom system on the ship.
Hi, Captain.
But yes, we would be very agreeable to escort you across the desert here to your city. But I can't help but notice you seem bandaged up as if you've been into a skirmish with someone or something. What happened to you?
Where did it go? Here it is. Those in my city rarely leave it. Our ancestors made sure we would be provided with everything we would need. However, I've been afflicted with a case of wanderlust, a near-terminal case, it would seem, as my explorations outside the city found me stumbling into a tangle of sword nellets. They scratched me quite a bit, and thanks to the pain, I lost my way. Luckily for me, I crossed paths with these kind husks, who bandaged my wounds and gave me a place to spend the night.
I see.
Okay, so Jabrani husk, Jabrani membrane.
So are you the same species, or what are you two relations between each other? You and the other people here?
Well, many generations ago, after the war, a faction of my people received protection from a divine power named Mother Taulu. Let me actually share this. They struck out into the wastelands at their deity's behest. In doing so, they eventually lost the use of their wings. These husks, as we call them, are those you see before you. She gestures around the cavern. Those of us who retain the power of flight are known as membranes by these people. We live within the city of Arcaost.
So, the membranes live in the city of Arcos, and the husks live out here on the frontier.
Indeed.
Can I ask Professor through the node? Does this node work two ways?
I think it's just one way, but you could ask him.
Okay, I
verbally.
just asked you. Well, this Mother Tolu, I would like to know more about this. Is that the name carved on the rock outside we saw at the shrines?
Could you tell us about this Mother Tulu?
Do you relate about the shrine outside?
Yes.
Ah, yes. I believe that is a shrine to Mother Taolu. However, me personally don't know much about her.
So is this not your home? Or well, I guess I can't. I asked the professor to ask. So, do they have a priest or something I could talk to later about this, Mother Tolu?
Is there someone we can speak to about this? My friend is very interested, you see.
Unfortunately, it doesn't give a whole lot of data about Mother Taolu. So I'm gonna say that there's no real priest or priestess, but kind of a general spiritualness. I don't quite understand it.
What about this war? What is this war? What happened?
Oh my, what a strange question. Surely everyone knows of the great war between the nation states. The invisible fire they rained down upon one another killed most living things across the globe. It was only thanks to the foresight of our ancestors that any of us survived to see today.
We're pretty far away, you know. Right, Captain?
Oh, are you?
Very much so, yes.
Sorry, I didn't go in and edit some of these things like I did, like I should have.
Perhaps their folk would like to send a representative back with us for their people.
Well, that's more of a question to be asked to the Elder Council.
Of the elders, yeah. The priests of the
Are
temples
those
of
in this
Syrinx.
Well, I think she was referring back at her city, because I'm not sure if the Husk really have much or a great want or desire to trade with others, but who knows?
Yes. Maybe, Captain, you could establish diplomatic relations with the Elder Council.
We can certainly try. I see no issue with that.
Also want to point out that the two subspecies of Jabrani don't seem to have any animosity toward one another.
Is it possible to get some seeds from their garden? So I can attempt to grow it in like a greenhouse or something and experiment with it.
You see, I don't think I told you her name, Clerima. She kind of waves over to Destine, and she comes over and they kind of chit-chat for a second, and she nods her head and wanders off for a moment. Several minutes later, she returns with a packet of assorted seeds.
Very nice. I'll bow in a, thankful gesture.
She bows back to you.
What's the name of this planet? Packet of seeds from Jabrani Husk Village, I'll put.
Elytrio.
I will ask her if she can possibly teach or try to teach our people her language and the native language of the Husks as well.
Well, they seem to share the same language. It's just
Oh, that's cool.
as far as the ones that can understand it, their speech patterns the membrane seems to be a little bit more formal, like they have manners and a little bit more etiquette, whereas the husks are a little bit more slang, guttural type of, but it's still the same language.
Does the membrane one sound like the warning that we heard?
I mean, it's similar but not exact. I mean, they're able to speak the same. It's the same language. Think of it more like a slightly different dialect.
But could she teach us the language somewhat, or what? Is it possible?
I think she tells you. I think we can download a basic dictionary or something in onto your computers once we get back to the city, and then you can study them later on if you wish.
That would be most helpful.
Because to be honest, once you're in a game and whatnot progressing, in order to learn a language, you have to level up and get a rank in culture.
Well, that makes sense because it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah. I wouldn't fucking know that because I don't know the rules.
Well, that's why I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's cool. But that's naturally something someone would ask when they're meeting a new species.
Yeah, I
think.
understand.
Yeah, that's cool. No worries. Bishop will look at her for a moment and then say, when would you like to set out on the journey to return to your marvelous city?
Well, it is late, and how about the morning? Kitty!
Kitty?
Morning, Kitty. That sounds really good, yes.
No, Marg picked up a cat.
Yeah.
Hello!
I believe the morning would be a fine time to set out on this trek. What do you think, Cotton? And your thoughts, Professor?
Since we could rest a bit.
Yeah, we could I could chill to this atmosphere all night. That'd be just fine with me, Captain.
And make sure this food digests properly and everything.
Would your people, your friends, mind if we perhaps stay here with you guys tonight?
Well, judging by your good impressions with them during the ceremonial dance, I believe Cosimo actually said that you're now all an unofficial member of the tribe.
Ooh, interesting.
That is quite an honor.
Indeed it is.
Send her our thanks and our appreciation for.
I shall let them.
You're very welcome. Trying to mix Picard and Kirk together a little bit here. With a little Buck Rogers too.
I'm sorry, I had to share that one, Jankin. Well, it is getting late. The music dies down. It does seem like a number of the tribe is passed out around the fire where you were dancing before. Others have walked off and returned to their homes or holes in the cave or whatever. And let's go ahead and give you that overnight rest, since it is technically an overnight rest.
Yeah, baby, it's an overnight rest. Yeah.
We heal.
Do any of us get lucky? Because Cotton was doing quite well with some of the couples there.
Yeah.
Nah,
Well,
not really Cotton's top.
I
Now,
mean,
he might slip off into the behind the rocks by himself for a little while, but yeah.
Well, I was thinking, best case scenario, Cotton might wake up, snuggling against a couple of them or something.
Bedbug.
Very large bed bug.
But the question is, do they bite?
only if you ask them.
Yep, until you say the safe word.
Bed bugs usually.
Click clack.
What's that, Wick? I mean, Jeremiah.
Bed bugs usually bite.
But these aren't bed
That's-
bugs; they're beetles.
It was just
Oh,
playful,
sorry,
though.
my
Just
bad.
playful.
Bed beetles.
Why is the awkward silence?
Sorry, I was looking at something.
I figured DM was looking something up.
Jeremiah rests up as best he can and is ready to start the day.
All right. Well, in the morning after you've woken up and gotten your things together, 1 second, let me progress the day.
Brad, that sounded a bit sharp, that one.
You know,
Yeah.
they have different fiber in their food here.
All right. Well, before you set out, let's see, what is their names? Alomir and Cosimo present you with it seems to be a gift. Clerima. Damn, these are some odd names.
Alien
Clerima.
or something.
Yeah, exactly. Translates for you and says, "This is a token."
Let's just call.
A token of gratitude, and he hands you a breakaway satchel with. No, what is it?
Let's just call her aloe vera, and we'll call him chlamydia. So much easier.
Chlamydia.
Wow.
Close.
All right.
Blue waffle.
In the satchel seems to be 3 vials. Excuse me, 3 vials of dark liquid. It smells like black licorice.
We're gonna need them.
Anybody that wishes to can give me a medicine to kind of scan them, see what they are.
A sadist healer. Jankin.
Why not?
It seems to
Acupuncture.
be.
Here! I'll make you feel better. Here.
Stab them and heal them and repeat, you know? Best form of torture.
You mean your toe hurts? It stomps on the other foot. Now.
How about now?
Oh, you've seriously got a cut one. Breaks finger. Make them think of that instead.
They seem to be this tribe's equivalent of Serum of Healing, Mark 1. And the other thing in the satchel seems to be a rifle of some sort. It's called she translates it as a Hygiene Kit rifle.
State of the art bang bang.
What sort of weapon is it? Is it an energy weapon?
Hello, Kitty.
Captain, what do we have to give them in exchange?
Kitty weapon.
You know, that's got to be pretty valuable to their tribe here.
Yeah, outstanding.
No. This is a symbol that, you were friends with us, or with them. And by the way, to answer your question, it seems to be a projectile long arm.
Ammo with it?
If you check it, yes, it seems to have a full clip.
Cotton feels guilty as hell. And he starts rummaging around his backpack. And he pulls out his, looks like his little shaving kit. And it's a hygiene
I'm giving
kit.
you the stink eye the whole time.
And he goes over and he gives them the hygiene kit. Shows them how to brush their mandibles.
Yeah, you see Alomir kind of reach up with her chitinous back of her hand, chitinous back of her hand, and begin to kind of do the same sort of motion.
I look at
It's like, it's self-cleaning.
I'll look at Bishop and go, it's all right, Captain. You know, I went for many days without my hygiene kit before. We'll be all right.
Wait, did you have any? Maybe if you have snacks, you could give them some.
The
Food.
captain is inspecting the gun, and he will hand it to. Who's looking around? Who would I think would actually use this thing?
Well, the only one that I can think of offhand that can use long arms is Jeremiah.
I can use long arms.
I said that I can think of offhand.
Then he would hand it to Jeremiah if that's the
Hell,
case.
the
Take it.
thing's probably
No,
as
I-
tall as Cotton is. Cotton wouldn't
Say,
care.
I'll say, I shall name this one Charity, since it was given freely.
It's a good name.
Did you say
That's
cherry?
deep.
Charity.
Charity.
Yeah, he said cherry.
Charity.
Jeremiah, if you want to grab it off of the party sheet.
Jeremiah, you've got a dirty mind after all.
How do I take it?
You
I think I took it.
How about the serums of healing? Everybody got some kind of serum of healing? MK1? I've got 4 of them.
I only have one of them.
How the hell do you have 4?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Did you buy 'em?
I may have. Hell, I recorded last session, so I mean it was streamed. It's recorded. I'll try to figure it out.
I'm gonna grab one of them.
No, I don't think you're like. I just wow.
I honestly
I'm
don't
jealous.
remember, J-Rob.
all right, clear. Fuck, what is her damn name?
We were given some healing serums from the main NPC. Yeah.
Clerima. She translates that the Hedgekek rifle is a generational weapon of the Husjabrani. It includes some technological elements from our past, but it otherwise looks like an archaic projectile long arm.
Like a rifle.
Pretty much.
Who does not have a serum of healing?
I don't. I just took one. So
Does anybody not have one?
I do not have one.
There's one on the party sheet. Everybody should have one. Okay.
All right. Let's take like a 5-minute break.
All right.
Or unless we're going to be ending in half an hour. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a 5 because I need to pee.
We'll keep the stream going. I'll start up some pretzel.
So does that rifle actually have the archaic property?
Let me look. It's got projectile, two-handed, analog. Nah, it doesn't have anything like that.
Okay, that's good.
You didn't buy those serums because they're like $250 a piece, apparently.
I think they're 50 for the Mark Ones.
Oh, yeah, it is. It is 50. I'm sorry, my bad. I was looking at the wrong
It's
thing.
a slightly longer range than my plasma cannon, so it'll get some use.
But I remember us being given some healing serums from that first NPC.
Yeah,
Or
when
we got
Patty
something from-
Patty said that, it something kind of tickling in the back of my mind that somebody gave them to us or something.
Yeah, and I think you just took them.
Jeremiah,
Just for
did
the-
you end up going with the sonic weapon or not?
Nah, I couldn't afford it.
Oh, okay.
So maybe after we get paid, I'll integrate that into my.
The one that's like a giant megaphone of death.
Yeah,
tell you what.
it's really cool conceptually. It's just not something I could afford at the time. So
I'm in so many games that I cannot keep them separate. I'm in like 6 or 7 games right now. It's a lot.
one game wonder right here.
5 from me. Ugh. My eyes actually fucking killing me.
I'm starting Pathfinder Tuesday, Patty.
Oh, next one. I'm thinking of getting that until after I finish most of my 5e games, I think. I just prefer the 3-point sort of sort of ruling, because Pathfinder is very similar to 3.0 and 3.5.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. We're gonna be running through the Rise of the Rune Lords. I think
Good enough.
what we're doing.
I don't know what I would run if it goes to Pathfinder, but it may actually be homebrew. But I think once 5e, I'm done with 5e, it'll be Starfinder and Pathfinder 2.
I'm really curious to try the second edition of Pathfinder. I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I want to move to, because it's apparently really good. What I've been hearing. But I definitely want to do a homebrew Star Wars campaign using Starfinder. Just so I can send Sith Lords and all that to my players, just to piss them off. And also freaky alien genotypes. But yeah, a sadistic healer or doctor would be interesting to play.
Especially because there's a weapon called a syringe spear.
Yeah, because we need to get information. Well, I cut them up, I heal them up, I cut them up, I heal them up until they answer.
Sounds Goa'uld-esque.
Yeah, like ever watched oh god, what is I think it's Predators, not Predator, but Predators. You know, the one where they get teleported onto that planet and they have to fight for their survival and all that. Anyone ever watched that?
It doesn't ring a bell.
Right, well, it's meant to be not long after the first Predator movie.
I know what you're talking about. I've just not ever seen it.
Yeah, well, if you watch it, right, keep an eye on the doctor that's with them. That's all I'm going to say. It is good. It's a decent movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it already.
But the idea of a doctor, he's sort of gave me the idea of it. So I would probably either go a mystic or a biohacker.
All right. So y'all have accepted a gift from the Jabrani Husks and have
given
set
one.
off.
We gave a gift too.
Oh yeah. You gave them your hygiene kit. They'll figure out a use for it.
You know what the funny thing is? The game master here stressed the importance to me of always having a hygiene kit, and now we've given one away.
I get one back at the station, Captain. It's all right. Honestly, man, sometimes I don't shower for days.
How
It's
warm is
okay.
this planet?
Hack has one.
Bishop's eyes go really wide.
You will be paid for this gig, by the way, upon successful completion of it, anyway.
If we choose to take this mission.
Hacks has a hygiene kit anyway, so.
So can I borrow your toothbrush?
Well, should you for it?
Do you want to borrow my horn sharpener?
You do realize that each hygiene kit is going to be a little bit different for each race.
No, I look in his and I see like lubrication oil and stuff, and I'm digging through it. And I'm like, Hacks, I can't use this, man. Wire brush,
But I still
fuck.
love to wash the old bad water.
All right, so
How far of a walk do you think it is from here to the city?
it's several hours, but the share language spell should remain in effect for quite some time.
Should we travel at night because it's so damn hot out there?
have we asked what gave her those wounds?
Yes,
Yeah.
she told us.
She said sour nettles. Or sore nettles.
Huh.
Yeah, it's due to wanderlust and going around and being
Yeah.
places you shouldn't have been on our own.
Being
But nobody
generally
asked
a
what
student.
sour or
Yeah, like that's a pretty non-answer. Like, oh, gibberish word, cool.
Hey, also, what's a sour nettle?
Sour nipple.
just a dangerous piece of local flora, razor sharp weeds that can catch the winds. They aren't hard to avoid unless, of course, you've got your head in the clouds. She smiles at her own foolishness.
What is that thing we saw earlier called? Do you know?
What thing? Oh, you mean the sand root the husk spoke of?
Yeah, that thing. It was
Yes,
all shiny and reflected by laser.
Yes, it's also not very good meat either, I've been told.
We're not going to see any more of those, do you think, are we?
Izzy, cut that out.
Reacher's a cat here?
Izzy was behind my laptop rubbing up against the back of the camera. So, what was that?
Do you know how to avoid those so they don't try to eat us on the way?
Yeah, I believe I can. They're typically in the sandier spots. If we keep to the flatter stone ridges, we should be okay. But after several hours, you manage to make it to the edge of the force field. Let's see. It's approaching about high noon. It's starting to get a little warm outside. Let's see.
I'm sorry, I lost track of what was going on in the game.
The force field seems to be about a half mile just outside the city, is where it begins. Izzy, cut it out. Once you get to the force field, Clerima retrieves a clunky and ancient looking data pad from her pack and presses a few buttons. Where'd it go?
Can we see what buttons she pushes on this little data pad?
Are any of them red?
No, they just seem to be like a passcode sort of thing. There's a brief pause when nothing happens, and, a little frustrated, she touches the same sequence of buttons on the device. This time, a circular portion of the force field opens like a door. Clerima steps through and gestures for you to follow.
Bishop will follow.
Let's go.
Come along.
I follow.
Once everybody is through the opening, she presses a few more buttons on the data pad, and force field closes behind you.
Does it smell different inside?
Inside the force field?
Yes.
Does it smell cleaner? Is it cooler? I mean, is there like a environmental difference inside the dome as opposed to outside the dome?
Well, I would definitely say that the air quality does seem to be a bit better.
The air quality.
Quality, bite me.
Man, I'm sorry. I know you hate it when, like, me in particular, I come up with these stupid ass questions about shit that's not in that fucking module. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It keeps me on my toes.
I take a
In that
lesson
case,
from old
does the force
Marbanya.
field affect the color of the light coming?
It doesn't seem to.
Bishop will take off his sunglasses.
Yeah, it's still bright.
Fuck.
What style of sunglasses is Bishop wearing today?
Elvis Presley, baby. Oh.
Thank you very much.
Wayfarers.
And just because I kind of forgot about this, but you weren't supposed to arrive until about dusk at the city, not noon. So that was a whoopsie on my part.
We took the long way.
Yes, you took the scenic route. She showed you some landmarks.
Cool plants for cotton.
Yeah, Cotton's taking samples and stuff. 'Cause
It's one of those weird cactuses.
Really? Where? Where? Has it got any flowers on it? Does it have any flowers on it? The cactus?
It looks like there's a bud there, but it hasn't bloomed.
Oh, well, that's perfect. Cotton goes over and carefully snips it off, puts it in his collection of stuff. Looking around for the captain.
All right. Well, by the time you do get to the city, it is about dusk. This strange metropolis sparkles like a jewel in the gloom of dusk. In stark contrast to the desolation surrounding it, the city is a bustling center of activity, with dozens of winged insectoid aliens going about their business, flitting from one high doorway to another. The streets below seem almost like an afterthought, used only occasionally by small automated machines. Several overgrown flower beds and shaggy trees fill the space between the roads and hug the sides of the tall buildings. Though the structures still look sturdy, obvious patches of rust and other disrepair indicate that they haven't been very well taken care of.
Hey, Cotton, I bet me and we could work together and throw you if you want to fly too.
What?
You want to fly, man?
Do I want to fly? Well, I don't know. Are you gonna pick me up and toss me, or is this a joke? What's going on?
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's a bad joke, Professor.
I
Don't give
work
up your
better on
day
the next
job.
one.
Now, gentlemen, we won't be tossing Cotton. He's a valuable member of our crew.
Yeah,
He
Cotton.
lifts him off
Cotton.
the ground several
Technically
feet with one hand
expedient.
and just stands there holding him.
So,
All right.
a quick question:
Okay.
like these gardens and stuff, is it the same kind of flora that we saw in the Husk Village?
No, these seem to be flowers and trees and the like, whereas you saw sickly vegetables growing.
Okay, so much more abundant resources here is the
Right.
conclusion we can make.
Let me ask one question. Zivrak, are you taking scans and whatnot with your sciencey stuff?
Yeah, I'm gonna science some science.
All right. Well, when you did enter the force field, that you noticed that the radiation from outside went from, harmless levels to like near zero.
There's a lot less radiation in here.
I'm starting to get the impression that we have a situation of the haves and the have-nots.
Excuse me, a new friend person whose name I forgot.
Clerima.
Clerima, how come you don't let the Husk come and invite them to the city?
They choose to live out there. It is their way.
Captain, I can understand that. There's several species that like to live separated from other members of their species, It's not completely unheard of. Matter of fact, it's quite common in certain, planets in this one system I was in.
The captain touches the force field and says, "Exactly. Good fences make for good neighbors."
The force field is about half mile back where you came.
Oh,
It's
well,
not
he'll
half
Captain
point.
has very long arms.
He'll
Yeah,
point
it's
to-
about a half mile from the edge of the force field to the city proper.
That's cool. He'll point to the force field. It's a minor narrative issue. We can fix that really easily.
Just wanted to let you know. Well, as you're making your way through the streets, you notice that a lot of the citizens have stopped what they're doing and they're staring at you as you walk with Clerima. And in short order, a contingent of Jabranis wearing formal armor and carrying weapons that look like tech lashes fluttered down to confront you.
Are they all membranes?
Yes, they are
They'll
all
have
men.
wings.
All right, professional bounty hunter or mercenary can roll this as well.
What are we rolling for?
Yeah, what are we rolling?
Either sense motive or professional bounty hunter or mercenary. Soldier, I would probably allow you to do it with a culture.
I'm not trained in any of this.
when I tell you you can roll a culture in this
Oh,
case,
okay.
since you don't have it, I'm allowing it because this is, would be at least somewhat related to soldiering.
Gotcha.
You don't do great at the roll, though.
You know what? It's okay. I'll save my good rolls for combat.
Well, Zivrak and Bishop, and Cotton, notice that these guards don't seem very comfortable with their armaments. A subtle hint that the membranes live in a place far beyond their understanding. Wait, hold on. You weren't supposed to. Yeah, ignore that last line. Well, as they approach you, Clerima steps forward to diffuse any potential conflict, and explains to them about her guests. You understand this as she's speaking to them. And after several minutes spent talking to him, Clerima turns to you and says, "Good news! You're going to be allowed to speak with the most elevated. If questioned, oh,
Is that the mayor?
Question: could we understand what she was saying when she was talking to them?
yes." It was just basically explaining, hey, I've met these, strange travelers out in the Husk village, and, they seem like really, really nice people, and,
Nothing like let's kill them and eat them. Cool.
no. It seemed to all be good things and praise, and because y'all haven't made any sort of threatening gesture.
So this elevated person, are they like the mayor?
The most elevated are the city's council of rulers, the wisest and most learned membrane Jabrani who work in harmony to ensure the safety and comfort of the city's residents.
Oh, excellent. Do you have a university here?
Cotton, I wonder if they
Sure.
put things on the docket.
We we have schools here, yes.
What was that, Captain?
I said I wondered if their committee put things on the docket for review.
Oh, yeah, you're funny.
Do I notice any of the same shrines I saw back at the Husk village?
You do not.
Anything that would resemble a shrine here that's different?
There doesn't seem to be any sort of shrine or religious markings of any sort.
Jeremiah disapproves. He frowns disapprovingly.
Is there stuff like advertising in the city? Like billboards and
No,
like benches with ads on them?
no. I mean, Clerima told you that all of their needs were, taken care of.
How about vehicles? Do we see any of those?
You see small automated, machines that seem to be delivering goods here and there, and
I
but
think they have
nobody-
Amazon here, guys.
yeah, they have drones.
Captain, did you say you wanted? Do you say you wanted me to add that to the agenda of this coming meeting?
Yes, sir, Mr. Cotton. I want you to bang with your gavel and put it on the docket.
I am not giving you a gavel sound.
Give us a gavel sound.
Nope.
Come on. Well, damn it. I'll make one myself.
There you go.
Well, we are approaching the top of the hour, and I think this is probably a good point to stop for the evening.
Are we being escorted in by armed guards here?
Yes, you have your own honor guard, it seems.
Honor guard. But my sense motive roll, they're not hostile, right? I mean, not
Correct.
Okay. She's kind of backed them down. All right. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm cool sleeping with
Yeah.
that for a week.
I mean, yeah, basically they, approached you because you were outsiders, you were unfamiliar, they were doing their job. But once Clerima kind of steps up and, talks to them, everything's smoothed over pretty quickly.
It was more defensive than.
Right.
Because we're armed, obviously. So
Yeah, but you're not like you don't have your pistols out drawn and.
yeah,
This
but they
is-
probably can't. Because I'm assuming most people here aren't armed.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
This is
Clerima is. She has a pistol with her.
Okay, but I mean the general populace.
But they didn't disarm us, right?
No.
Awesome.
But it's like adventuring types and like their defense force are the ones who are armed only.
Well, any village or city is smart to keep an eye on those adventuring types. Usually, cause a lot of chaos.
I'm
Murder
getting a-
hobos.
We're not here for chaos, right, Captain? We're not here for chaos, right? Right.
It's just
No, we're
shenanigans.
definitely not here for chaos. We're here to make first contact and foster good relations with the indigenous inhabitants of this planet.
Well, I think so far you're off to a bang up job.
Get
Because,
it?
you know, there are a wealth of minerals that we can leech from this planet.
until the banging happens, and then we find out that what thing it's been banged is some sort of princess or something that causes a galactic explosion in this whole
I
planet.
think what it is then we find out the genetic compatibility between the two species.
Let's go raid Drake before he drops off. I don't know if he started at 8 Eastern.
Yeah, let's go see the fire.
Let's
Yeah,
go. Let's go
the
raid.
way, J-Rob, as long as it has a hole, it has a goal.
Oh my god. Oh my
And
god.
on that note, thanks for letting me play with you guys again. I enjoyed it.
Man, good.
You're
It's,
most welcome.
it's fun. I really like this rule set so far.
Well,
Thanks for saving my ass in combat.
Sorry, I'm a little bit quiet today, guys, but my eye is just killing me. And it's giving me a headache.
That's all right, man. Let's say bye to the stream. Let's raid old Drake over there and see what they're doing. I think in
Just
chat.
to speak to the mayor.
We'll see y'all later.
I think he's doing something with his TV.
Yeah.
That's right, baby. Put it on the docket.
That's
Put it
right.
on the
That's
docket.
right. We're gonna put it on the docket over there. Then Timothy old Drake takes it. We'll see you next week right back here. Take care now.
Marshall.
hopefully.
Bye-bye.